Dubai 103.8. This is Afternoons on Dubai 103.8.
Join the conversation.
This is Zeena Zalamea in for Helen Farmer, and we have a big focus on education in this hour. And earlier, we've been chatting to Maria, a very talented art student. And in a few moments, we're going to talk about exam season. And sometimes it can be a really stressful period for our children. We're going to talk about how teachers and parents can support them during this period. But at this point, I'd like to launch another competition. I've given a few prizes in the previous hours, but right now I want to give another staycation to a lucky winner because there's so much more in the UAE that we need to rediscover. Dubai 103.8 is celebrating all the cultures that live here. Wherever you're from, we come together for dinner together here in Dubai. So it's not actually a staycation, it is a dinner. It is a dinner. You have a chance to win a family invite for 4 people to dinner together on Wednesday, the 24th of June at Fairmont Hotel, The Palm. And let us know, 4001. What is your favorite family movie and why? I love this question, and you could win that prize. So just keep listening to Dubai 103.8 for another chance to win an invite to the family dinner. Again, for 4 people, that's on Wednesday, to a 5-star hotel on The Palm. We've got lots of incredible prizes to give away. That evening, your family could be walking away with some of them. Dinner Together, proudly brought to you by Exceed, Alguer, and Max.
This is Eye on Education on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by Horizon English School Town Square, a new British curriculum school opening in August 2027. Built on over 35 years of educational excellence, where children are inspired to grow with confidence, curiosity, and happiness.
All right, exam season is over and students are now breathing a sigh of relief. But exams, always stressful, right? It is a very stressful period for many of them. And I've been speaking to psychologists who say they have so many young patients just before exam season. There's so much pressure involved. But here to discuss how we can deal with that pressure and how teachers can help students with it is none other than Nick Hart, principal of Horizon English School Town Square. How are you, Nick?
I'm really well, thank you.
Thank you for joining me in studio. And I think it's a very important topic that many overlook. We just expect our kids to revise and then go ahead with it, get the best grades. But it's the lead up time to that that's really stressful for them, right?
It is, yeah. And for many students, it's on the horizon for a long time. They'll be aware of them coming even at the beginning of secondary school and sometimes even earlier. And some students continue doing exams for 8 or 9 years if they go into university. So that it's a massive part of students' lives for that long, and it is really important to plan ahead and to help children to prepare thoroughly.
Of course. And how does that stress present differently, for example, in younger children compared with teenagers? I've got a 7-year-old and I've got, well, an almost teenager, an 11-year-old, and they deal with these things very differently.
Absolutely. Younger children still do sit tests, not quite exams, but they still do feel big emotions, and for younger children it may come out physically, stomach aches, headaches, that kind of thing, maybe even kind of changes in behavior, and when younger children don't necessarily have the language to explain how they're feeling or to understand how they're feeling, it can come out a bit like that. But with teenagers, it can be withdrawal, it can be moving away from things that make them happy and fill their cups. It could be a bit more isolation, staying in their rooms, that kind of thing. That really how it manifests. It could be masking more in teenagers. So the age is it's good to know the different manifestations depending on the age of children.
Yeah, you're right. Sometimes they get grumpy. They don't want to speak to you.
Yeah.
And that's because there's a lot on their mind that they can't express.
That's right.
And so I want to know, why do so many young people today feel they always need to succeed and achieve more?
Yeah, I mean, if we think of the city that we live in, it's high performing, it's ambitious, where many families have ambitious standards for themselves and for their children, and so that can create a feeling of needing to succeed, and schools necessarily become high performing. We when we talk about schools, we talk about their grades, so we talk about the grades that children and students achieve at different points. So when you grow up in that environment of high standards, high performance, it's natural for children to kind of feel that pressure, and then when the world is so much smaller because of social media and travel, you can see other people's successes so much clearer than maybe when we were younger, and so that just makes everything more visible, and therefore children are more likely to internalize that and try and attain that standard that looks like everyone else is working towards.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes students compare themselves with other students, as you said, but sometimes it's the parents as well that expect a lot from their children and sometimes compare them with other children. Is that something that we see a lot?
Yeah, it's one of the, from a parent's point of view, it's one of the things that it makes it easier for them to understand their child's progress and their journey. So comparison is a much easier way of understanding where your child sits academically, socially, or in sports, that kind of thing. So comparison is natural, but comparison is also the thief of joy. You by comparing to somebody else, there's always going to be someone else with better grades, better at sport, better at the arts, better at everything. So it's a danger. It's an easy, but it's also a dangerous way of trying to understand kind of ambition.
And I learned this the hard way. We've got to be careful of the words we use, the language, because they can really hit our children's confidence. And now, how can parents like myself encourage ambition without placing too much pressure on their children?
Yeah, I think encouraging ambition is a good thing, and like you said, the way we do it makes a big difference. And so I think one important way is to model that, to model the ambition that you have for yourself as an adult in the things that you're working on, to have a goal that you're working towards, to have mapped out or some ideas, so thought of some ideas about how you're going to get there, talking about when successes happen, talking about when failures happen, and then what you do about it. So ambition with a plan is great. Ambition without a plan, ambition without acknowledging that things will go wrong, and we might not get what we want, and there'll be setbacks. That's when it gets difficult. That's when there's a mismatch between, say, ambition for our children and the reality. We have to build that into conversations with children of, it won't go to plan. There'll be setbacks, but how you deal with them is really important. But if we go down the route of expecting the highest possible standard at every point, it's unrealistic. It's we have to acknowledge that complex journey.
You got to have a plan. You got to get involved. Do you find that, we can easily make the mistake of, okay, this is my expectation, get that A, get that 100%, but we don't really hold their hands throughout the journey?
Absolutely. I mean, everybody wants the best for their children. Everybody wants the highest academic achievement, the best social development, the development in the arts and sport and music, and having a goal without the small steps is really hard to live up to. And for some children, it's not visible how you get there. So for some children, they might see a peer doing effortlessly well at something. It doesn't look like they're trying. It doesn't look like they're doing any work, and yet they're still able to achieve that. And that mismatch can be tough for children to deal with when it feels like they're working really hard, revising, studying, training, practicing, whatever it is, and not quite hitting the heights that others seem to. That's a difficult moment. But that comes back to the discussion that we as teachers and parents can have with children about recognizing every journey is different, recognizing small successes, the next small step in order to get to that goal. That's an important way of mitigating that.
And a big part of that, of course, is emotional support, which is what we're going to be talking about next with Nick Hart, who's the principal of Horizon English School Town Square. If you're a parent, you have questions for Nick Hart, 4001, SMS us or WhatsApp us 04871 5500.
Dubai Eye 103.8's Weather Check.
Sponsored by Air.
It's Zeena in for Helen Farmer. You've been texting me some of your favorite family movies because you want to win a dinner for four at the Fairmont, the Palm, on the 24th of June. That's a Wednesday evening where you can also walk away with amazing prizes. This is a Dubai Eye 103.8 initiative, so you'll be meeting some of our presenters as well. But here are some of your favorite movies: The Lion King, Minecraft movie, The Goonies, Ratatouille, what else? The Princess Bride, Inside Out, all fantastic movies. Zootopia 2, I haven't seen that one yet, but keep them coming. But while you're texting in with those answers, I want to launch our last competition. Okay, we've got about 11 minutes. This is your chance to win a staycation because we are rediscovering it all. Dubai Eye 103.8 and all the channels at ARN are sending 2,000 listeners on staycations all across the country. You've been texting in Dubai Eye UAE to 4001. And at this point, we've got a winner. Okay, congratulations to Emily. Elaine in Studio One tried calling you, but you didn't pick up. You're probably at work. You're probably doing your groceries. But after spinning the wheel on your behalf, okay, this is your prize, okay? You've won a one-night stay at Stay Bridge Suites in Dubai, this time in Financial Center, inclusive of breakfast. So discover your home for the weekend or an ideal destination designed for longer stays located in the heart of the city. The property offers spacious suites and home-like comforts and poolside relaxation, perfect for family getaways or city adventures. And that's not all. Emily, you're also walking away with a 500 dirham voucher from Aura to spend on your beauty haul at Boots. Love Boots? Explore top-tier skincare, best-selling cosmetics, and everyday wellness must-haves. Your next favorite beauty find is waiting for you at Boots. So again, congratulations, Emily. Staycation plus voucher. What a way to end your afternoon.
This is Eye on Education on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by Horizon English School Town Square, a new British curriculum school opening in August 2027. Built on over 35 years of educational excellence, where children are inspired to grow with confidence, curiosity, and happiness.
It's Zeena in for Helen Farmer. We're still focusing on education, particularly understanding stress and supporting student well-being at every stage of education. We were talking about exams, but stress can really manifest at any point of the academic year. And to navigate that with us is Nick Hart, principal of Horizon English School, Town Square. Nick, I haven't asked you yet. How are things at Town Square? It must be very exciting. Only a few months to go.
Yeah, it's brilliant. We open in August 2027. The school is already really popular. The first few appointments have been made for the founding team. So really excited to go into the new academic year and the countdown to opening in 2027.
And it must be exciting for parents as well, knowing that their kids can just walk to school.
It's such a big opportunity for families because the dream of being able to walk, cycle, scoot to school, to have the school as a social and lifestyle integration hub at the weekends and the evenings. It's such a brilliant opportunity. Town Square has needed a school for a long, long time, and we're really pleased to be able to bring Horizon to Town Square.
That's awesome. There was a survey a long time ago from Which School Advisor, and one of the results was one of the factors that parents choose a school is location. Of course, you've got the quality of education. Yep. So you've got both at Town Square.
It's
really
a great
excited.
Combination. Great combination.
Congratulations in advance. Now, back to our topic. And we left it at, emotional support. How can parents and educators offer emotional support to children, to students who are stressing out over exams or other concerns in their academic or school life?
Yeah, I think as educators, teachers, we often see two extremes. So one can be dismissing how children are feeling. Oh, it's okay. It's just an exam. It just pull yourself together, that kind of thing. And on the other end, the other extreme, we see like a pathologizing of emotions and feelings, where the middle ground is really important. Like, it's normal to feel a combination of emotions about different things, about exams or anything else. It's normal to feel excited. It's normal to feel nervous, sad, scared. These are human emotions, and by ignoring them or by pathologizing them, that's not a healthy response. So from a support point of view, is I think particularly younger children, working with them to name what they're feeling, to validate that yes, you're feeling nervous, and it manifests because you feel butterflies in your stomach, or you're feeling worried, and it's manifesting because you're talking to us at home in a way that you wouldn't normally. So by naming it and explaining it, that's a good way. But we also need strategies to then. So what? So if you are feeling nervous, what can you do about it? You can't change when the exam is what's coming up, but you can change how you prepare. So for most of those big emotions that children feel at different points, preparation and familiarization are such important remedies to those things, recognizing what we can and can't control, and that coaching that parents and teachers do with students is transformational for managing those emotions.
And in some households, that's not really the done thing. You don't talk about your feelings and how you're dealing with stresses in life. So what are some of the right questions to ask so they can open up to you?
Yeah, and that's really important. I think open questions are really important. So it's how are you feeling about the thing that's coming up is a nice one to start with. But as we know, children don't always have the language or the inclination to talk like that. So we can often name things as well. I can see that you're feeling a bit worried about what's going on. So someone who cares about the child, naming and taking the time to recognize that can be really helpful, because if a child can't do the naming and understanding, the adult can notice and give it a name and give it an explanation, which can help to regulate as well. So it's a massive part of teaching children how to self-regulate. The adult has to do it first with them.
Makes a big difference. Just asking that question, how are you feeling about exams, and how are you feeling about transitions? Because it's not only exams, it's transitioning from a lower level to a higher level, such as primary to secondary, or moving to a new school.
Absolutely.
Or starting, as I said, starting secondary. How can that become particularly stressful for a student?
Yeah, every student in the city and most students across the world are going through this at the moment. They're probably about to find out who's going to be teaching them next year. If they're in primary school, they're going to find out which teachers are teaching their subjects. In secondary school, they're going to find out which room they're going to spend. They're going to find out more about the school that they're joining. And the source of that uncertainty is not knowing what the adults are like, not knowing what the other children are going to be like, not knowing where to go, where you put your bag, where you eat your lunch, where the toilets are. All of those things are uncertain, which is why transitions are tricky for students. And the main way of helping students through those transitions from a school point of view is to front load all of that. If as part of transition days, you know where the classroom is, you know that your teacher is nice and smiles at you when you walk through the door the first day, and that they know your name, they know who you are, that you know where you're going to put your bag, you know where the lunchroom is. All of those things before the summer are really important, because it can reduce some of that uncertainty that otherwise children might spend the next 6 weeks thinking about, which is an unnecessary distraction from the excitement of starting in a year group or starting a new school.
And how do you do that at Horizon English School Town Square? How do you prepare the students for, first of all, the new campus, but also going into another year group, or maybe they're transferring from another school and moving to HES Town Square?
So we're in a unique position where the building will be finished several months before the school opens, which is unusual for Dubai. Usually it's still being finished as kids are walking through the door. So what we've got planned for next year for our new students is kind of two different things. So Charlotte, our head of primary, Lewis, our head of secondary, and I will be spending a lot of time going to meet our new students, particularly if they're coming from our Cognita schools. So us going to them is an important first step of meeting, greeting, making sure they know faces and names. But because the school it will be finished well ahead of opening, we've got lots of orientation events planned where the children and families can use the space way before we open. So we'll have spring and summer camps that children can use in holidays. We'll have tours, meet the teacher events. The goal for us is on that first day in August 2027, all of our students already know several adults because they've met them in their own schools or at our school. They already know where their classroom is. They already know where things are. They've been to the school several times, so it won't feel like their first day. It'll feel like finally we can get to go to school. That's our goal.
Well, that certainly takes the pressure and stress off on the first day of school. Well, thank you so much, Nick. I think it's a very important conversation to have, and all the best with Horizon English School Town Square opening in August 2027. And Nick Hart is the principal. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of the show, but before that, I've got another surprise for you. We've picked a winner because we've been asking, what's your family or favorite family movie and why, for a chance to win an invite for a family of 4 to join us on Wednesday, June 24th at the 5-star dinner at Fairmont Hotel, The Palm. And with the help of our electronic raffle draw machine, we've picked a winner, and the winner is Fatima. Thank you so much. And your answer was Home Alone. It is a classic family movie. Which one is it? 1, 2, or 3? But anyway, you get the prize. Just keep listening to Dubai Eye 103.8 and all the other shows for another chance to win an invite for a family of 4. Join us on Wednesday, the 24th of June. You could be walking away with the prizes on that evening as well. Dinner Together, proudly brought to you by Exceed, by Al Ghurair, and of course, Max. This has been Zeena Zalamea in for Helen Farmer. Helen is back tomorrow. We've got a big focus on food, and we are live from Mall of the Emirates at Foot Locker. So say hello to us if you're around. And we've got a feature on, of course, Jason Atherton. Chef Jason Atherton is joining us at Foot Locker, Mall of the Emirates tomorrow, along with other foodies and other experts. That's tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm signing out.
News, business, talk, sport.
Dubai Eye 103.